Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about a not so much loved aspect of World of Tanks, and that is their artillery pieces. They've been nerfed a couple of times, not so much recently, but they have been nerfed in the past to kind of bring down their effectiveness. Now, in my personal opinion, I disagree with their nerf, and I think the majority of their problem was way back when, before they nerfed these beautiful machines here. You would end up here you see that it still happens from time to time. There's 4 artillery in a match, but that used to be a lot more commonplace. You used to run into that all the time. It wasn't so much like it'd be a once in a blue moon event like you see here. It'd be much more common. You'd run into it maybe a couple times a day. It'd just get aggravating because you try moving your tank and all of a sudden it's raining hellfire on you. Now that got to be very annoying to the point where everyone complained, and eventually they ended up nerfing artillery. It's not as accurate. You don't see as many players choosing to worship the RNG gods and hope beyond a hope that their shells most of the time hit home. Now, some artillery pieces, of course, have a higher accuracy rating and different aim times, and it's a lot easier to hit targets, but a lot of them now don't quite... Well, they don't compare. It's harder for... new players don't so much care as much as us old ones do, but we're not here to talk about the old ways and how hard it used to be, and oh, boo-hoo, I wish they didn't nerf it. Because that could be an entire different video of me complaining about how I wish they didn't nerf things in this game so damn much. No, today we're talking about more of how players feel towards you for playing this specific thing. First off, you are underappreciated. Almost nobody appreciates artillery pieces, mostly because you're not on the front lines with them. You're not busy taking shots. You're just kind of a force way back yonder that's just helping them up from the sidelines. You don't actively help them. Maybe a shell comes in and saves their butt, and they're going to be like, phew, good thing that happened, but they're just going to keep rolling. They don't care so much that you managed to sneak a shell between 3 different buildings and hit a tank to save their lucky behinds for them. No. They're just happy that they're not dead, and they're going to keep on rolling. So, if you're going to play artillery, you're going to be underappreciated. Let's see, and then, they just generally, the enemy team, they're not going to like you. Nobody likes artillery. Nobody likes the way artillery plays, or I've had plenty of people complain about camping, and I'm like, man, this is an artillery piece. You should know how they work. You've been playing this game for at least 2,000 battles. You realize that I have no accuracy. I am going to be way in the back, where hopefully you can't find me. Now, that being said, what are the upsides of playing artillery? Well, yeah, well, when you hit things, you do good, right? No? Oh, that's right, you use HE, which is kind of a crapshoot. Maybe you do good and you hit them for so much beautiful damage, and you instantly blow up their tank, and you're sitting pretty as they're busy crying on the sidelines, and you're just living the dream. Although, most of the time, that's not the case. You're going to end up hitting them time and time again, and you're going to be sitting there like, how on earth can they take... And just HE game mechanics, can't do much about it. Would I recommend playing SPGs? I'd say yes. You guys can't hear it in this clip here because I've taken the video audio out, but I'm pretty much just sitting back and listening to music. SPGs are a very nice way to relax in this game. You don't have the stress of, am I angling my armor correctly? Where's that tank's weak spot? Am I going to do well on the front lines? Am I going to let people down? You get to be in the back. You get to just kind of relax in between reload times, because even the low tiers, it's a decent enough reload, but as you get up there, the Russian S-51, I believe it's a tier 7, has a 47 second reload. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a sizable reload. If it wasn't so slow, the artillery piece, if it wasn't so slow in itself, you could reposition a little bit more frequent like the French ones, but 47 seconds to sit there, and if you miss, contemplate your life, because you're going to do it a lot. I am almost through the thing myself, and I have to say it is more commonplace that I will miss a target completely than hit or splash it. So I mean, that's sometimes aggravating, but that's why you put on a little music, maybe get yourself a cup of water to enjoy between shots, and try your best to support your team, because even though nobody's going to like you, nobody's going to appreciate what you're doing, they'll get pissed if you're not doing it, which I think is hilarious. Because regardless of whether or not you're there, or whether or not you're doing your quote-unquote job as an artillery piece, they will be mad at you, whether you do your job or you don't. But that's just how it's going to be. So, overall, Artie, I'd say it's good in certain situations. I'd play it if you want a little bit of a break from the rough life of the front lines, or maybe just a little bit behind in your now nerfed view range tank destroyers that still can do some work with those massive and albeit sometimes fast-firing low-damage guns. So, I'd say it's a great way to relax in this game, besides, just turning it off, and maybe going outside, exploring the outernet that is outside. Terrifying, right? Anyway, I mean, if you look at the video here, that's 2 or 3 artillery shots missed on one vehicle. It happens a lot. A lot more than I'd like to say. I mean, here I got a couple of, I think 2 to 3 direct hits, which I was a little bit more impressed with myself, and it was rather nice. I mean, I didn't really serve the purpose of this video. I was trying to say how much you'll likely miss shots, and here I am connecting shot after shot, and just, even blind firing, I'm just guessing, but I'm still hitting. But that's pretty much the game. I think we're going to get the stat screen here in just a second. You can look through it real quick. I don't think I did the best, but I did get some decent amount of damage, and hopefully most of your battles will end up like this. So, I'll see you guys next time.